Lately, I've been running out of redstone constantly, and I am tired of having to mine for it. Therefore, I want to create a redstone factory to avoid having to mine it in the future. Now, I'm a little conflicted on where I'm going to build this redstone factory, but I have just remembered I do need gravel and iron. Iron is used together with rose quartz to create electron tubes, and I need gravel to create sand, because sand gives us quartz. It's a process. So what if we extend the train net? Why don't we actually use this tunnel here to the gravel line? And what if we continue straight on here? Where will we pop out? This was definitely further than I thought. And okay, right here. And that is there. Okay, if we could switch that over to maybe over here instead, I think that would be perfect. So, using this quick sketch here I drew up in fresco, let's get some materials going. Now, I recently found this new block here, which I'm going to need a little bit of iron for, and I'm actually right next to this, and blocks of industrial iron. And I just thought these looked so cool, and they fit exactly the vibe I want to go for here. They're also so cheap. And gotta flip on the machinery here as well, and press up some iron like every episode. And then, flying over to the factories we built in the last episode, I no longer have any need to worry about andesite alloys. And while we're here, I might as well grab a stack, or maybe two of belt. Anyhow, taking these sheets right here, making those into metal girders. Yep, that's definitely gonna be enough. Oh, I love metal girders. Now the question is, I actually have quite a bit of zinc. And I completely forgot that they added in copycat panels and steps into the mod. All these are gonna be amazing. I'm gonna need about that many. And for anyone that doesn't know, copycat panels work like that. I can place any full block in it and it gives it like a trapdoor feel. I can't open it, but I can also place it like that. Now, question, do I have diorite? 2 stacks. And I was just about to head to the mines to mine the rest, but then I remembered we have this. Oh, yeah, okay, we have enough. It's fine. I don't have to go. You don't have to go. It's fine, it's fine. Ah! Now, a little bit of the sand side here has to be turned into walls, and then also a couple of stairs. Now, block I haven't used a ton of. I have 47 sand, and I placed one, and a little bit of gravel. Heading up to the bulk, which I still really need to sort down into the main storage. Grabbing up a little bit of white dye here. I can turn that into concrete powder, and this is 80. Not quite enough. Now, I don't need a lot more here, so just gonna grab a little bit of desert. No, Stam, this is not a desert. This is sand. This is sand from a beach. 2 stacks, that should definitely be enough. Putting away a few of this, and then taking this. So we can just go down here and make a little temperate here, because I don't really need a lot of this. And well, considering I've played 500 days in this world, oh, that's sugarcane, and have not used any concrete before, I think I'll be fine. Continuing to run around and grabbing up a few more resources. Final thing here, just gotta take some logs, make those into some planks, then andesite alloy. I'm gonna need a little more than that. I should, yep, there we have it. So we're flying over to our very temporary mechanical crafter setup. Yeah, eventually I'll get a proper spot for this. And now that I think about it, I actually have to probably redo this whole area here, because I'm not a fan of these 2 spinning blobs here. And perfect, 2 crushing wheels. Nope, 4 crushing wheels because you get double. So got all the resources in some bags, and let's head over there. And flying all the way over, which is a very far journey to where we're going to be building this farm. So coming down here, I think this is where we're going to be bringing the train out. So let's extend up 3 industrial iron, and we can do 4 chutes. And then we can start our metal girders going very tall up here. I'm inside of it. Uh-oh, that's bad. Then we come back with our chutes and then finish up, and 2 industrial iron. One disappear. Oh, I encased it. Whoops. And hopping back down and extending up 4 other of these pillars. Okay, yeah, I think this is a great start, but going back to my sketch here, I'm gonna want to add in 1 more pillar here, then we could do 1 right there, running over, lining these 2 up right there, and then this one with 1 right here. Yep, this is definitely better. And first of all, at this layer here, let's start adding in a few stairs and some slabs going all the way around. At this point, I'm really glad I got this elytra, because falling down here would not be fun. To connect these, we'll do some stairs here, and in the middle we can add in a slab, and then continue the stairs all the way over here for another industrial iron. Then extending this over here out just that little bit extra to make this a little more interesting. Before we add these 5 gaps, we can add in 2 sheet metal, a slab, and then 2 more. And here we'll also add in a little bit of detail over it, because I do want to extend this area. That's not correct. Like, do the same over here, but 3 slabs in the middle instead, and boom. Starting here, I also want to go around the outside of this thing, placing them that way. And remove the end bits. Then why these differ here is because I want to extend up 4 more blocks right here. And a stair. And now we just have to finish this final layer off here with a few slabs and blocks and more industrial iron. Next up here, I want to use the copycat blocks that I made earlier. So we're going to place some panels. Not like that. So with a little bit of help of some temporary blocks here, we can add in these from the bottom instead. And then placing some brass sheet metal inside of these to finish off that floor. But before we move on to the next floor, I am afraid that this is going to look a little weird. So let's add in some copycat steps right here. And these we can fill with cast iron. Adding in our slabs right up here. Then we can bring out our stone, and I want to cover this in stone. And I actually want to leave this. This won't be temporary because I need it to be dark up here. And why do you need it to be dark, Stem? Well, you'll see in just a second. Then starting off with the ground, extending up a few walls using mainly terracotta, but also sprinkling in a little bit of granite. And some spots of mossy cobblestone shining through. Next we're pulling out our copycat panels again and our not metal girders or blackstone walls. Then together with some terracotta and light blue terracotta. First of all, add in our blackstone walls, which I have to get on top of. And that's not how you do that, Stam. You can do it like this. And fill that down. Then on the front of this, we place copycat panels every other block. And then if we just alternate a little bit of blue in here, like maybe that might look a little weird, but yeah, that's fine. Just to add in like a little bit of a window thing, and this is a trick that I did back in Skyfall, where I was doing a lot of cyberpunk stuff, which I think very much fits here. That doesn't make sense. I'm building something from like the 1800s or the 700s with a little bit of fantasy here and there, and I'm saying it's cyberpunk. Don't mind me. Now, before we continue at the top here, I want to pop down here real quick to add in a few stuff and also start the create components. So let's see, we'll extend a metal girder across here. Then we'll go for out from this one. We'll do 3 blocks out. That's one back, which I don't want. And let's see if we can get one down on each of these. And then I do want a portable storage interface facing downwards right there. This one I can keep for later because I want to place these into that, holding that up. And eventually this will mine down and this will become our train tunnel. But for now, shaft right there. Taking ourselves a funnel and placing that. That's the wrong mode. And we gotta have it that way. There we go. And breaking into the mountain here. If I can place the shaft the correct way, we can add a belt. And ooh, I'm stuck in here. But that'll have to be fine as I want to dig down a little bit. And this way over here to create a vault. Just a super small little buffer here. But it will allow it to stock up in a little bit of sand at least. Because yep, this is where we're going to be getting our sand from. Then on the front here, we'll add in one crushing there and one here. We'll give ourselves just a little bit more room in here to work with because I'm feeling a little cramped. And now we'll add in a gearbox there. Take in some chain drives and then another gearbox. We'll add in our redstone link right here, which I don't have the items for it. But we can quickly grab that because I need 1 quartz. And where do I have redstone now again? Hello? Oh, this is the redstone chest. Luckily, I do think I have 1 stack of extra. Right, good. Anyhow, back in here, quartz on top, redstone on the bottom. And then we switched out to receive mode. And now I just need to take this chute and this shaft here and up. And yep, here are the holes I made earlier. As I need yet 2 more crushing wheels here to crush the product that we're making up here. It will all make very much sense very, very soon. And before adding in the create components to the top of the tower, I wanted to add in the walls. Using a bit of diorite, white concrete, and light gray concrete here to create a little bit of texture. Now on the inside here, this is going to be a spawner room. So in case chain arms over here, then some shafts running all across all the way there. Then I do know that this looks weird and is not efficient, but I chose to make the building look good instead of effective. Anyways, I'll need to extend up these stone blocks a few more blocks so the blazes don't spawn or get stuck on them. And oop, I've just spoiled which mode farm it is. Yeah, it's a blaze farm. Here and then a slab right here to land the blaze on, and now I just need to block all of this in with stone. Now up on the roof here, we're gonna go super simple with just a stone brick roof. Then fixing up these holes here, that's not what I want to do. I wanted to alternate these just like that. 2 brick walls. Actually replacing this one with an anvil and then a slab. We can do a campfire on this one and surround that campfire with cast iron trapdoors. Then going around the whole tower to add in a few more details. Now, next up here, I gotta take a trip to the Nether. But before I do that, do I have obsidian? Ooh, 24. So I'm gonna crush these 3, and I'm gonna do this until I have no obsidian left, and those 20, they can stay. Oh, there we go. We got 20. Oh, that's amazing. I'll just leave those spinning there because, yes. Now if we just crank a little bit of lava into the spout here, and one final bucket in there. I definitely don't need these sturdy sheets now, but I'll need them eventually. So obsidian left that we can put in here, and then we need to press these one more time. So we can first turn into brass casings here, and then we can turn those into train casings. Now we need a train station here, and then one train casing to create a train. But I do have to gather up just that little more obsidian. Now the best spot that this could probably pop out is probably going to be on the roof, as then I don't have to travel this far in the overworld at least. So we'll go ahead and light that, and then I'm not sure how you do these train tracks. Now this right here is quite the journey. That one might be closer though, but I should be able to place tracks. Oh, that's amazing. This is a dangerous workplace. And I'm out of tracks. No, it's so close. Then we take our train casing, place that right there. Perfect. And we can place our train controls right in the front. That one to there, and then the portal to there. There we go. And then assemble train. Yes! Okay, move this forward. Gotta slow down over here because we're running out of track. Just gotta grab all my tracks on my way back because I really want these. Okay, do I just run over these? Yep. Roadkill. Oh. If this is going off the roof, I'm gonna be so sad. Oh, it's here. Okay. Good, perfect. We have a spawner in the overworld. First thing I'm going to be doing here on the roof is definitely dismantling this portal because that is so loud. And disassemble. Since I always seem to run out of card assemblers, let's make a new one. And back down, and then perfect. That's in the right spot. Now I just gotta clean up after myself. And ooh, I have all the obsidian as well. Now in this box here, I have most of the items I already need for this next part, like the industrial iron. I'm gonna need 32 of these, which do I have enough brass already? No, but I have a bit extra. I also do want to craft up a bunch of trapdoors here, and I'm gonna need like 19, and that's a lot of my brass supply. And the absolute final thing here, I want to grab all those dandelions and 1 red dye, as I would like to craft 2 orange dye and 2 yellow dye. Before we do get the belts in here, I want to take away a little bit of terrain under them. Now here I want a few brass sheets, slabs, because that's cheaper, on either side of course. Then keep in the middle super simple with just a little bit of coarse dirt here. Add in the funnel we grabbed earlier, that's gonna be an output, perfect. I need a list filter, putting clay and lint in that, because that's something you get from crushing gravel, and the factory won't be accepting that, so we have to add that there, and then some fire below. And eventually I might do something with that, but not for now. I'm gonna color the inside one yellow and the outside one orange. I want to run under these right here some trapdoors, and 3 out from there and here. More cast iron. Oh, that's the wrong. And then 2 more trapdoors at the end. Down here we do some metal girders, 2 chutes. No, 3 chutes, then intersection, just like that, to make some support. Then to finish this off, we'd place a slab in this corner here, and then we go ahead with the copy steps here all the way along the bottom of these. And then this will be our input into the main redstone factory, which to start material gathering for here, I want... Do I have any brown mushrooms in here? It doesn't seem like it. How do I not have brown mushrooms? Anyways, nothing a quick trip into the nether could fix with brown mushroom. Brown mushroom, brown mushroom. Then we can take our axe and... Ooh. No, we can't, because I don't have silk touch. Uh-oh. And I have lapis and books. Perfect. That's actually super useful, because I don't have that yet. Oh, silk touch finally. Okay, good. But let's go ahead and apply that. Perfect. But now we can gather up these blocks. Perfect. I don't need a lot, but I do need a few. And how much wood do I have at hands here? I think this should be enough. As well, I would like to make barrels. That's 31. That's 1.5 stacks. I need more. 10 of these we can keep as normal barrels. Let's press that up. While that's pressed up, we can also prepare 2 stacks of copper. Now we're going to take these here and let's craft up a stack of fluid tanks, a stack of vaults, and then another 6 because yeah, I'm addicted to these things. They're so good. Let's quickly head upstairs because I should be able to find some andesite casings. Perfect. As well as some shafts. And then we can take that and craft not 25 of those, but we can craft 6 mechanical harvesters. And then we craft 4 whisks, which we can turn into 4 mechanical mixers. Switching gears here, gonna fly over the iron factory, heading past all of that into the lumber mill, and this is one of my favorite builds in this world. I need to just craft up a few different wood supplies here and bring that back. And flying back home, I should really... Oh, that's the wall. Then there was just so many items to gather, but I only needed a handful of them, making the process quite long and tedious. I've got a bunch of blocks here gathered up now. Also, if I sound a little weird right now, I'm a little sick, so yeah. Anyhow, starting this build off like I start most of my builds, clearing out a little bit of terrain. Now next up here, let's start extending in a floor, and we're gonna be going back to the roots, using a mix of stone, andesite, and trodden stone here. Grabbing our coarse dirt here, I want to fill in a back little area, so I need some place to store the redstone, and there just wasn't enough space inside of the factory. But I'll get back to this little area in just a little bit, and then starting the first little bit of building foundation here, extending up a little bit of stone. Then on top of this right here, I'm thinking we extend in a little bit of dark oak. Before we then bring out our word stamp, before we bring out our brown build palette. Starting us with some mud bricks, then the smooth mushroom blocks into some normal mushroom blocks, which are these, and then packed mud, and then continuing this wall pattern up a few more blocks. Now coming up a few blocks here, this is where this gets a little interesting. Then we'll come back with our dark oak and do another layer on top of this. Then we got 2 block gap here, and then continue this all the way over here. Now this next layer here, we're gonna shorten it up a little bit and just like leave this 1 block this way. And that made a whole lot of 0 sense, so I'm just gonna continue building. Now we're already up quite high here, but I really think we should take this 1 floor taller. And while we're up here at the top, we'll add in our little roof here with some rough dripstone. Then surrounding the edges with some cut tough slabs. While we're still up here, we can actually add in some decoration, 2 chimneys, and metal girders as chimneys look really, really good. And it's on its way. Before fixing up the outside, I went around to the inside that totally has 4 walls, and added in the create components needed to turn blaze powder into strength potions. Adding in 1 more bucket up here to make this an infinite source, and that's the create components for this little wall bit here. And it looks confusing and it looks weird, and I don't really understand it myself. Now we'll start detailing off here at the bottom. I should have added in the trapdoors before. Trapdoors at the bottom. And I want to take dark oak signs and run that across the leaves front to just act as a little bit of a barrier for them. Then some scaffolding for our windows in here. Some trapdoors here so as window shutters. Then we'll stack down 2 spruce trapdoors there, 1 right here and then 2 over here. Making our way up here, we're still gonna add in our scaffolding walls. These are window stamp, not walls. And some trapdoors, leaves, and signs. And then continuing on decorating all of the windows. Now this is looking a whole lot better here. Even added in a few vines. But to finish it off, I want a little bit of staircase here leading onto some catwalks, and I want those 1 block lower. How do I do that? Like that. Then more stairs, and then 3 more catwalks leading up in this direction. And yep, there's a little bit of string in my face because vines are so annoying. But a jungle ore to finish the details off here. Hello, wandering trader. You sell nothing of value to me. Let me just... To continue expanding the factory, of course. Not killing wandering traders. No, I would never. Then bringing in our spruce and dark oak slabs here across right there. Then some birch buttons on this to give that a little bit of brightness. Then extending up some brick walls similar to how I did my storage room here. I don't want visitors right now. It's good. You guys can leave. Bye. Okay, they have backed up a little bit, but I don't want to go down there yet. So while we wait for those to leave here, we can start adding in a roof. Flying away around the chimney here, and we can fly all the way back, and hopefully they're gone. I didn't even have to fight them. I really think this factory is gonna look so good once it's done. Super simple decoration on these, just a few windows, then the support here as our window shades, and why not use some campfires on the top here. I really need to get a villager set up, because campfires are so annoying to craft. You can just buy them from villagers. On this side, I'm thinking a bay window is gonna fit perfectly. I don't know what it's gonna be looking out at, but hopefully I won't just place a factory right there. Perfect little extension to the back of this, and there's still so much to go. But before we get to that, let's get some create components in here, so this whole system works. Bring in a few tunnels here now, and we'll do 2 right over here. And the blaze rods are arriving on the orange one and needs to go past the sand one, which that's a design error by me. But it's fine, as if we add a filter on a denylist with sand to that denylist, we can place that right on there. I still need to get blaze powder to place here so no sand goes into the mixer over here. This ever gets full, this little line here, then that's just gonna get put out here and then dropped into that fire. Now over here, we're gonna need 2 fans. This one's gonna have to have water, and this one a soul campfire. So now let's go ahead and get another belt in up here. On the middle of this track here, we gotta place in a funnel going into there and out on this side, as I need to wait for the stuff to get cooked on this belt here. Not cooked, washed. The quartz we want and can end up in this vault right here. And then we can place a funnel going out right there, which will lead itself into a chest and a hopper, which is kind of an automated gold farm as well. It's not going to be the most effective one by gold, but to fully finish this part of the factory, I gotta add in some soul sand up here on the next layer, all the way over here and across. I don't want it there. Please don't end up on the belt. Also gonna want to extend out a few dark oak support here just to cover this side. And yeah, I am definitely going to be using almost every little nookie and cranny in this build. Then water bucket right there, and that should start spinning. Now I just need to plant all of the nether wart. Now this whole little side of the factory should be done, in case I didn't miss anything. I really hope I didn't miss anything. I mean, it is missing a line of observers. Missing something, but I think this looks pretty cool. Then starting to tackle another part of this factory, extending up some white looking walls with some smooth stone variants. Now for roof here, let's bring in our weathered copper for a little bit of a green tone. Extending this all around the top layer here, or well, the bottom layer of the roof, I guess. Also adding in 2 industrial blocks of iron up here, and you'll see why in just a second. On top of these, we can extend in 2 on this one and a flower pot, and then on this one we can do 3 in a flower pot. And this building right now would just tumble down this side, so we gotta add in something here. And for that, I'm thinking the spruce planks bits I gathered up earlier, which we can start extending up in a little bit of an outcropping here. Now we won't go all the way up with this block, instead ending it off on this layer right here, before we yet again can come in with our same roofing material here, which I think will work out. And then cast iron on the front here to round it off and add in a little bit of detail. I quite like this actually. Then doing similar details to what we did over at the other bits here. We add in some, yep, that's the wrong trapdoor. I want some brass trapdoors as the windows. And for the windows themselves, let's do some squared ones with the solid trapdoors on these ones that's on the corner bits. Up here, we'll add in our trapdoors like that. Then some flowering azalea and a moss block. Our windows, brass trapdoors, and a flower. And for the white part here, why not go for some green windows, adding in our dark heavy trapdoors here to add in some shutters, adding in a 2 tall window up here. We're not a 2 tall window, a 2 tall wide one, but 1 tall. Then before heading down, I want to add in some girders right here just for a little bit of detail, which, yep, that's looking good. Backside here, we'll add in some andesite trapdoors because they are very white, and some birch trapdoors. Nope, that's fence gates. Before extending in some observers just across like this for another garage port. We're gonna need another allium in there. Now this build is looking great already, except maybe there's nothing connecting the buildings right now. But we'll get to that in just a second, as I need some create components in here. First of all, a ladder, which isn't really create components, but that's gonna go up to here. Up here, I want to add in some cast iron catwalks. And there's one item that I can't automate, and that's netherrack. So I want to take this big space that we have up here and use it to extend in a vault, which we can do like that, and then across here. And we can have a brass funnel right here as input, and then 2 of those and 2 of the crushing wheels, as the netherrack needs to be crushed into cinder flour, which then needs to be potioned by the potions of potion. Yes, my brain is definitely not braining, and if you want to join me on this journey where my brain often doesn't brain, then maybe you should consider subscribing. But for my brain to be braining a little more here, I'm gonna add in the fluid tank, and well, I'm gonna use all of the food tanks here, extending this up 16 blocks, I think, so right up here. And yeah, we'll decorate this in just a little bit. And this is starting to look quite epic, and it's so compact, but it's also such a mess. And before we finish up this mess of a factory, I actually want to finish most of the aesthetics, connecting the 2 structures up, as well as covering the tank in some cast iron. Now let's see here, we're gonna have redstone coming off this here, so we grab a belt here, which we can extend. And can I even get through here? I can. To the outside, as we could do some decorational pipes going down into the ground with a casing right there, and then a tunnel for the redstone coming out. But not all of the redstone is going to be coming out there, so we need to add in tunnel going off in this direction with another belt right here and here. We're going to run a funnel coming out of there, and that straight into a basin with a mixer right up here, which is why the cogs go over there. Now the back here needs a little bit of love, so let's start extending it in a wall here. On top of these here, I want to add in some mud brick walls, which we can then put some spruce fences on top of, before a few oak trapdoors to finish it up. Over here, some spruce and some more fences. And then we'll place a trapdoor on the inside right here, one on the outside, and oop, I need that one back, and one over here. Then we'll do 2 campfires and 2 trapdoors as a little bit of an awning. This area here is looking a little empty though. I think we can add in an overhang back here as well, and we'll just do a little striped roof, which I think looks pretty cute. And then another fence over here. Those are wrong. And now next up here, I have to pop down and make a basement. And now with the sufficient space, let's build a machine. And now this area down here is all completed. So we're getting the sugarcane harvested here. Then this press right here is going to crush that into some paper. Not crush it, press it into paper, which is then going to be crafted in sand in that basin right there, and put into the deployer, which would polish the rose quartz. And then this over here is going to put the rose quartz together with iron, and we're going to get the electron tubes. And I also added in the storage up here. I know this looks a little weird right now, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to decorate this. Now, before we get to this material list here for our power, I gotta go grab a little more food. And of course, we gotta do that over at the pig farm. And up, a stack is ready already, and a new one. But now let's quickly grab all of this up for a steam engine. Crafting ourselves up 9 blaze burners. And yeah, I saw all of the comments last episode telling me that I don't have to do this. Instead, I can just do this. I'm also out of iron again, making cauldrons, of course. So quick stop at the iron farm, and I actually added in a barrel. And now I've prepped a schematic cannon here with the schematic. Of course, realizing I've forgotten the most important part, which is gunpowder. Do I even have any gunpowder? It doesn't look like it. So we've got to head over out to sea, and there she is, the gunpowder farm. And oh, we're hearing creeper dying, and yep, a stack, that's perfect. And flinging that in here, and let's go. Now this steam engine here that is being built right behind me is built by my friend Skish, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Maybe I should have cleared away this house before I built the whole thing, but Up here we also have to add in these, of course. We're creating 2000 SU. Woo! I want to continue clearing this out with lava, so I might as well grab the lava from here instead of my lava farm. I could have compacted this down a little bit. As the power level 9 steam engine, I think you only need to actually have like 12 or 11. So once I actually get a building around this, I might shorten it down a little. And we're generating, yep, there we go, 150,000. Now that I think about this as well, I would like to move this. Now, there is a reason why I built such a big steam engine, and that's because I want to redo the whole power for the whole area for everything here. Words. Basically, currently my iron farm is running off 2 blobs of wool, and my storage room is running off 1 and a few water wheels. Now, I've yet again become a little sick here, but as you can see, everything is spinning, and it's been spinning for a little bit. I also have a few electron tubes, and that, look at that, over a stack, first of all, and then seeing it's more than 3, that puts a smile on my face. But everything here works, and it's so much fun. Although, right now, we're out of netherrack and quartz. And quartz we need to get delivered down here, which you can see I've also been prepping for a little bit, and there's some train tracks. Yep, I dug up some tunnels here on stream the other day, and I'm so excited to get these up and running. I also did a few more things, prepping up a few materials, so here is the schematic cannon building a train. And there it is. I wanted to go similar to the iron mine train, but I went a little bit different on the front of the train here, and there's also sand in the back. I know it's gonna be transporting gravel, but it looks cooler if there's different stuff in them. Anyhow, all of this should be working. Oh, except it's not a train yet. And we gotta name it. If you have any name suggestions in the comments for this train, leave them in the comments. Now, however, we should be able to just sit here and control it. And yeah, well, we can't see much, but we're moving. And around back at the station. Oh, we're going too far. We're going too far. We're going too far. We're not going this way. Perfect. We now have a train, and it's time to decorate the tunnels. I don't mind the train track flying here, but the tunnels are completed. I also took the time here to hook up some iron, which you can see right there, and going all the way over there. And that's obviously to turn the rose quartz here into electron tubes. And now, how much iron do I have left in the iron farm? Oh, yeah, that's an issue. Okay, well, it's time to turn the train back on. Not only that, but we gotta flip that around. Wait, considering this isn't going in, that means this vault here is completely filled. Oh, I'll think we'll be fine. Picking a few train casings here, and picking all of those up. Together, let's say 8 train singles. Singles? And we also gotta craft up a few Nixie tubes. Now, I have not played around with train singles yet, but I don't want my trains to collide. So I made this quick sketch here, and to explain this map a little bit, the lines on it are where we're gonna have red lights. I realized that this here, and the train is going to be sitting right here, which means the other train can come in and arrive, which means I'll have to rethink this a little bit. But if we make this curve here and all of this track up to this curve here, one section, that should be fine. So our first stoplight will go right here. Do that, then break the top one there, place the dot up there, and then a Nixie tube on the bottom. And I hope I figured out how this works correctly. Then I'm gonna need a train signal blocking this path off. And this one, we don't need a red light for, so we can just hide it under the ground. Then we have to get a red light right here, so we can put a train signal right there. Oh, we almost had an accident, but yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, so that's given a red light right now because there is a train. This one should also be red. Oh, that's so amazing. Oh, dude, I love trains. Oh my God, this is so exciting. Oh, that's not good. Why is it stopped here? Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
So there's something on the blue track right now.
Oh, yes, the other train at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
at
so
the
you
end
have
of this
to-
tunnel.
So you probably should put a signal over here
So it
somewhere.
always.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I should put one right there.
I don't know. I think signals are a lot of fun. I would say you have too few signals.
Hey, llama? No, I can't do this again. R.I.P., buddy. R.I.P. Anyhow, big thank you to Uber for helping me figure out the train stuff. It was such a simple fix, but it really helped. Now, what is the closest animal that's not a chicken? I see we're having a meet and greet here. Sheep, you wanna come with me? Oh no, oh, that just burnt my lead. With a new lead, let's join this pig instead. Come on, buddy. Oh, this is so cool. I can put a frequency in this. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, so I don't even need this then. And I added in a threshold switch right here, so when this vault gets full of sand, that won't make the train go. And pig, I think you're good to get this. Okay, let's ride with him, I guess. Oh, let's not ride with him. Oh, it's stopping at the red light. That's amazing. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for this one to leave. Oh, and there that goes. And once that goes past that point, we should see the other train. Oh. Oh my God, it's a little too tall for that tunnel, but that's amazing. With the trains now in working order, I booted up my stream over on Twitch to finish up the front of the factory, connecting it to an existing path. Once the terrain and pathing was done, I also added in some trees to fit the build into the world a little bit more. Now there's one final thing which I need to do, and I need to give this track here a little bit of ground to stand on. It won't be the prettiest for now, but it will work. For now I want to go very simple with some cobblestone, and we switch the most sloped fill below. I have no idea how this is gonna look, but it'll probably look a little weird and I'll have to fix it on a stream in the future. Okay, am I doing it? Okay, we're reaching the end. I think it's working. I just thought about it. There's gonna be a train coming right now. Let me just get that. Oh God, here it is. We don't not need a repeat of what happened last time. But that doesn't look half bad. It looks pretty bad. Future stand problem once I get to that area, yeah. But the redstone factory works. And before I end it off, I really want to share the inspo picture which I used for the building behind me, which I just found really, really cool. I have a few plans for this area here in between the lumber mill, redstone factory, and iron factory in the future to build a few houses here, but that's going to be a stream project along with fixing the monstrosity I just created down there. But I legit have no time. I've spent so long working on this video, and it has been worth it because look at the amount of redstone and electron tubes we have. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you subscribed, and thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.